Tucker. What sillies? Is this a play fest this morning on our 50th episode? Is that what we're doing? Good morning. Welcome to the Funny Farm Rescue 50th episode. The dogs think the 50th episode is their playtime. That's what this is all about. We have a very...
Wait, where are you from?
I can't even hear myself think to talk about anything. Please let us know where you're from. We are the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary located in Mays Landing, New Jersey.
First, if people can hear you.
Can everybody hear me?
And where you're from. Aunt Sue's watching.
Aunt Sue, hi Aunt Sue. So we have a couple surprises for you. A lot of people ask over time. Our cameraman, Matt Reeves, who is also our author and social media director, he's always trying to get on camera. So today I'm going to let him be a kind of a co-host where you can actually see him. So Matt, come on over. Thank you, Tree. That's my friend who's working the camera for the first time ever, the first video, I think. Not this is her first time working a camera, but her first video. So this is Matt. I don't know how long he's going to be on because it's about how much I can stomach. Last week we had... It sounds good?
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you. So last week we had a woman say, Matt, I tried to see you during visiting day, but there was a long line of women around you and I couldn't get close. And he said, you know, sometimes the autograph line gets a little long. So that's why, you know how it is. So that's why we're not sure how long we can actually put him on camera because he might get his head too big. He won't even be able to get in the house or into his car. So we have to play that by ear.
That's true.
So this is Matt Reeves, everybody. He is the one who does the Facebook posts. Everybody thinks it's a chick. It's really a dude. He writes like a woman because it's so good. Arkansas. Hi, Arkansas.
Nice.
What's the name from Arkansas? Can you read it? Tree doesn't have her glasses. What was that?
I think they just had a tornado there.
So, one of our most exciting news of the day. Ow, that's me, you guys. You're not allowed to bite your mom. Even Nikki, look, show her for a second. Look, even Nikki wants to get in on it. Right, Nick? So they are wound up today because of the 50th and with their new addition to the Funny Farm. This is Scooby.
You're all going to get Jesse.
We had, wait, Jesse, come here.
Here, I'll hold him.
So we had our friends Michelle and Tom. We got a call from a couple up in Brooklyn, New York, and they had this little baby. Come here, Scoob.
There we go.
They had this little baby German Shepherd that they had for a few weeks. And they realized, although he's little right now, he's going to get bigger. You can show him. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh my gosh, scary. So he is still pretty small for a German Shepherd, but they lived in an apartment in Brooklyn. They don't have driver's license, but they didn't want him to go to a local shelter there because then he would end up in the same kind of situation where, you know, these dogs need a place to run. They need room. Brooklyn is a place for like Caesar dogs, not for German Shepherd dogs. So if you're going to be living in an apartment or a small place with a very small yard, get a little lap dog. You have to do your research. So they found themselves in a predicament and they didn't know what to do. So I take it that they watched us on live and see all the craziness that goes on. They have 20 acres to run around. It is fenced in. They have lots of brothers and sisters, and quite honestly, I was like, I can't take another dog. I have 10, but it was one of their wishes of that couple that they wanted him to stay at the Funny Farm, and it was a tough decision for me because, like I said, this is my house. It's not that large, and the animals are taking over. I'm going to have to move out.
Michigan says happy 50th.
Thank you, Teresa from Michigan. All right, somebody's eating my corn, Matt.
Oh, that's Jesse.
Can everybody still hear me?
Wait, let me see if your lights are. It is.
Okay, I just felt somebody chewing at my pocket. Okay, so Seattle, welcome guys. I'm so glad you're watching. So we've been doing this 50 episodes.
What? 50
He
episodes.
wasn't
yeah.
even paying. Good thing he's like, I'm not asking him any questions because he wasn't even paying attention.
I was
This is what he does when he's behind the camera. I'm like showing, an animal, and he's talking about a completely different animal.
Well, he bit me on the nose, and his teeth are like razor blades. So.
We're gonna need a Band-Aid. All right, you guys. So
Scooby.
that's Scooby. Scooby loves to play. So his two favorites, I have to say, he does have favorite friends. Puppy and him are buddy
And Jesse.
but they
They're the
play
same size.
so much that it becomes a low roar in the house. So maybe we can put them outside in a moment.
Okay, I'll put Jesse out.
So again, for those who just are tuning in, this is the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. We are open Tuesdays and Sundays. It is 97% chance of rain today. However, is it raining yet?
Yes.
Okay, it is raining. So, but it wasn't. It was supposed to start like at 4 a.m. It didn't start until now, which was great because all the volunteers were out getting the feeding done. So that was wonderful. We still have visitors here. Speaking of, we have somebody that was here that is still here. I forgot, Cheryl and Jen wanted to say hi to Pam in Nebraska. They didn't realize when they were talking, they're like, oh, we watched the Funny Farm. Well, they come quite often, and they're from Philly. And she didn't realize Mays Landing was so close to Philly. We're about an hour from Philadelphia and about a half an hour from Atlantic City. Here's Adele. Her painted nails. She's wearing the tutu for her special 50th anniversary.
50th episode.
50th.
She's not 50 years old.
50th episode. Leave it to Matt to correct me. This is why. Like I said, I didn't spit.
No, the dog really did bite me.
I thought I said psst, and he
He has a
went.
puppy has a razor blade teeth. You want to ride on her?
So,
I'm him.
for those who saw the Scooby post, we asked for drivers coming from to come. All right, let's all stop playing a little too hard. We needed somebody to go pick up Scooby. We had one day to do it. The people were moving, they were out of time. So we had quite a few volunteers step up to say, I can help. We had the girls from Stockton who come here and volunteer. They offered, we had one or two other people, and then Michelle and Tom were on it. They were up there by like 9 o'clock, got him, and then he got acclimated. And it was like he had lived here forever. He just gets along with everybody
Did you show Caesar yet?
so much. I did not show Caesar yet. Well, you can see Caesar and Puppy.
He's a little bit.
They're playing with the monkey.
Oh, you can see
Caesar.
Adele up there really good.
Okay, now you can see Adele. She's like, what is on my butt? That is her tutu. I can't say that she 100% loves her tutu. I think it tickles her behind. So, but she is the house chicken, and she does not have her diaper on yet. So you can see I always have a cover on my couch because sometimes I don't get the diaper on. We didn't have time today. So she usually wears a little poopy diaper. So if she goes to the potty, it just goes in her diaper. It looks like a little pouch. Matt, will you grab one of the diapers on your way through?
Okay.
And like I said, I have to be careful because she will poop on my pillows. So she lives in the house. She will not go outside. She wants to be in the house. And she does not lay eggs. She is too old for that. So a lot of the chickens get retired after they don't lay eggs because people want egg-producing chickens or ducks, and then they get rid of them. Where do they go? They come to places like this. However, that brings me to a new point with Easter coming up. Let's go in and show the eggs. Can you move, Teresa? You good?
I'm going to bring them out.
Oh, wait, first let me show. All right, if you want to, that's good.
Okay.
So this is the diaper that she wears, and it has little clips on it. It actually will go on her behind like a bag, and then this goes up like suspenders, and then they go around her back and under her wings. So it sits like a little bag on her little butt, and you can see how color coordinated she is for Easter. She knows. She's like, I don't really want that. So I try and give her a break because her butt does get tired of wearing a diaper. It's like a kid wearing a diaper and us not changing it often enough. I have to clip her feathers. So there are things. How about the other?
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yeah. No, go get me the other eggs first. First things first.
There's the eggs.
The other eggs, Matt. There's other eggs.
What's the difference?
Okay, one's a goose egg, one's a turkey egg. I was going to show the differences.
Oh, well, you didn't
So
say
with
that.
Easter coming up, you know how people dye their eggs? These are different chickens at the Funny Farm. We get white chickens lay white eggs. The brown and black chickens lay brown eggs, and some of them get really, really brown. The green eggs, they're Americanas, or the Easter eggers.
That one's already colored.
Yep, these are colored. Some are light blue and some are green. Some are dark green, hunter green. This, we don't get very often, is a turkey egg. Can you see it, Tree? It's very speckly.
You don't have to decorate it.
Yep, you don't have to decorate that. And then this is a goose egg. They are edible. We do sell them contactless, and we always tell people, especially during COVID, if somebody was having a hard time, you can have eggs for dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you want to just take the whole thing? And you could just get them if you don't have money. We leave them out there, and you can just take them if you can't leave a donation. So we're trying to help out, make sure people eat. I know everybody's getting some assistance, but if we all do a little bit to help our neighbors, it's much better for everybody. Well, next on our agenda, Buddy. So let's go over. Can you come over and see Buddy? So here's Buddy. He's sleeping. He is the one who broke his femur. My other friend, Linda, she donated this big, gigantic crate. It held her 130-pound dog, and she donated this to us for Buddy when he was hurt. He broke his femur, which doesn't usually happen. They were really upset. The vets at University of Penn were upset. They thought, how can he break his femur by jumping up? He was laying flat, saw a dog on television, and he acts like Cujo and jumped up, and his foot went under him, and that's how he broke his femur. So we rushed him to my vet. They figured out that it was broken in 2 spots. We had to go to an orthopedic surgeon. So our vet up at University of Penn, Dr. Williams, took really good care of him. It's healing very nice. You can see he's a little pink because when it was 82 degrees the other day, he decided he wanted some sun, and he got some sunburn. We really can't put suntan lotion on him because we're afraid it would leak into his cut. So he has a little bit of sunburn. So he's on some pain meds, antibiotics. So he had his morning meds, so he is sound asleep right now, but he will be waking up and running around. So that's Buddy. He's doing really great. So thank you to those who have donated. We really appreciate you.
He gets his staples out this week.
Yes, he gets the staples out in a couple of days. Nikki is being loud for our 50th episode, not anniversary, 50th episode. Puppy is playing with the monkey. This monkey used to this is actually Scooby's monkey, and they play with it, so it looks like Puppy won that fight. And it used to make noises, and I kept saying, what is that noise? It was a monkey. What was that about?
He's protecting the toy.
So, yes, you guys just witnessed that.
I want to know what happened to
He's like
Buddy again.
Buddy, so what happened to Buddy was he was laying in his bed. The problem is Buddy likes to watch television, and he literally watches television. The problem is he barks if he sees an animal. It could be a cartoon dog, and he'll bark like he wants to kill him. He lives with 9 other dogs, a goat, the goat, Nikki, and then all the animals out at the Funny Farm, right? So you would think he's used to other animals. The ones on television, he wants to kill, or at least yell at them. So he jumped up from a laying position. I watched it happen. Jumped up, and he jumped so high that his leg kind of went under him. So I thought he sprained his foot. Like I thought, he's a big baby. If he breaks a nail, he's like, so he's a little bit of a drama king. So I thought that's what had happened. So it was pretty late that night. So first thing in the morning, I took him to our vet, Dr. Hagen. They did an x-ray and in fact figured out that his femur was broken.
I want to know if he was in a cast.
He was not in a cast, ever. They put plates, screws, and wire to wire it back together. Apparently there was a piece, and it was broken in 2 spots. So this piece was floating. So they had to put that all back together. And he has staples, and I assume glue. But the staples hopefully will come out this week, right?
Super glue, duct tape, staples.
Excuse me?
Super glue, duct tape.
That's what
staples.
everything that it takes. Oh, you want to show Steve? Here's Steve the kitty cat. And we wrote about Darth Vader. Well, Matt wrote about Darth Vader.
It's really a boy.
It's really a boy. He wrote about it being a girl, and he's a boy. I actually didn't read the article, so I don't know what you actually said about Darth Vader, but he's a little guy. He's way older than he looks. They think that there's something wrong with his palate at the top, and he goes... And right now, he sounds like he's not breathing badly. He's been on every antibiotic. So we have to put him under to check to see if they can do an operation. But oh, you can hear him. He's like, he sounds like he's like, okay, Jess. So they have to see if that's our next one. So there's always vet.
The one asked, does the bird bite the goat?
Does the bird bite the goat? No. But she does poop on him sometimes. And then the goat is not that happy. We'll get him out. So the goat doesn't live in here all the time, just when it's time for night-night, because he does destroy my house. We are open on Easter. We just closed a little early, like 2 o'clock. We'll show this one. Did you?
What? Easter? Oh, the goat.
So we're open from 8 to 2 on Easter. So we are open every Tuesday, every Sunday, unless the governor closes us, which we've been very safe here. The only thing you have to do is fill out a waiver before you come. They want to see you, Matt.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people probably have questions for me, and they probably want to find out a lot about me.
Actually, Matt, there's no questions right now.
No? Not even one? Not even one question?
You guys, please don't make his head too big, because that'll be into that. He's going to be like, oh, I need to be on. It'll be my show next week. It'll be his.
I will not. But at least this is all for Aunt Sue, because she wanted to see us.
Oh, God. Thanks, Aunt Sue. You're in trouble.
Aunt Sue's like everyone's aunt.
She is like everyone's aunt.
Yeah, she's really nice. And your friend Linda.
Linda Hansen.
Yeah, she sent the message.
She is from. Can you grab him?
Uh-oh.
I got a little Easter basket. Whoops.
Oh boy. Went glass side.
Let's put him outside.
All right.
So this is Matt. You need help?
No, I'm good.
Go out.
Okay.
So she sent me this cute little Easter box with all sorts of chocolate. For, what woman doesn't love chocolate? And, during COVID, I've been trying to watch. She sends me this, and I just love it, and I really appreciate it, Linda. So she's our volunteer from...
Meg says we love Matt. Nice to see you, Matt. Jenny.
Oh, everybody's saying nice to see you, Matt.
Yeah, I was thinking people would say that.
Matt, how do you maintain your fabulous physique?
Oh, yeah. I do have exercise physique. I'm a program that I usually do.
It's called sitting and sleeping.
That is not true. I used to go to the gym, but during COVID, I would just stay home. But at the farm, you don't really have to go to the gym because there's so much you have to do around the farm. So I look this good just from lifting a lot of hay. And what?
Yogi Book, man.
Yogi Book is mostly written. Laurie hasn't read it yet. I never let her read it until it's just about ready for pictures, and then she can gather all the pictures. She does all.
Question for Matt: how long have you been at the farm?
5 years.
You haven't been at the farm. So Matt came from upstate New York. He technically lives there and has been volunteering from afar. That's why he started to write for the Funny Farm, because if you noticed, when I used to write, it would be like a one-liner, and it was very funny. It was a one-liner and a picture. That was it. So when he started saying, well, I can help out with writing, and, I'm a decent writer, and he would make it like a book. I said, Matt, nobody's going to read all of that. I don't read all of that. I don't have time to read that. And so many people.
Teresa reads it all.
Our camera woman reads it all the time.
Someone just said that they read their book to their class because it's Women's History Month.
Oh, very nice. So on one of those questions, we used to go to schools before COVID. We would bring Adele the Diva chicken. We would bring Farley the Funny Farm dog. So they both have books about them. We would teach about disabilities with Tucker the mega esophagus puppy. And now we have Jessie to add. Yeah. So a lot of us have just gotten our shots. So we're due with our second shot. So we'll be going to schools very soon again. Right now we're doing virtual. So we will read a book for your school. If you guys don't want to do it and you want to be incorporated at the farm, we can read the book on a Friday usually here. Yeah. And we can ask questions, we can answer questions if the kids have anything and do a little virtual tour.
We can still do it virtually.
That's what I just said.
No, I mean...
Trey, didn't I just say that?
You can go there, or you can take...
So even though he's not filming, before he would use the excuse, I was filming, so I didn't hear you, or...
I want to see Matt in a cowboy hat and boots.
He has boots on.
See that?
I know, I wore my pink ones.
My boots aren't pink, but they're...
Last week, but it's almost Easter. Next weekend is Easter, so I needed to have pink on.
Nancy, yes, it's me.
That's my hat.
There you go.
She wanted to see me in the hat.
Oh, no.
It looks good. Don't you think it looks good?
Mm-hmm.
Linda said my friend Anthony Favre is now watching from France.
France?
Wow.
That's awesome. Thanks, Anthony from France.
Right next to Italy.
What? Don't get us started on geography. What time is it in France? I used to have a watch that showed me all the different times where I would think
you could say, "Hey Siri, what time is it in France?"
Okay, but we're on live right now, Matt, so we're really not doing that.
Okay. He'll probably tell you.
All right, so are there any questions? I have no idea what we...
So you already talked about Easter and not getting animals.
Yeah, no, so I really didn't I started to go there. Oh. So this week, I have been getting inundated with calls about chickens. Let me get Adele. About chickens and ducks and people wanting to take, me to take roosters. We have over 100 roosters here. We have 100 roosters here at the Funny Farm. And people are buying them at Tractor Supply and other places. They don't have an application that they're asking for, but they really should, because so many people get them and they're like, oh, I got chickens, and then 5 of them turned out to be roosters. Then what are you going to do?
I'm sorry, France is 6 hours ahead.
6 hours ahead. Wow. Okay, so you have to do the math.
That means they're ready for bed.
They're ready for bed? No, they're not. Adele, what's the matter, girlfriend? She said you were talking about roosters, and I got very upset about that.
She doesn't like roosters.
So that one rooster that was in Blake, I thought they were boyfriend, girlfriend. Once he was healed, she kicked him to the curb. Like, bye-bye now, you're out.
She dealt with him for like a week.
She did. She dealt with him, but then...
She liked him
for like a week. No. What's the matter, girlfriend? She's like, you're talking about Easter, and I don't want...
Florida is in the house.
Florida? Okay. Here, want to sit here? We should have put her swing together. All right, Adele, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, we have a swing hanging for her.
All right, Adele, go. No, not in my hand. Just get on there. There you go, girlfriend.
Well, she's standing on her tutu.
Oh.
It's all right. She's okay.
It's like standing on your skirt. I know that's hard.
I know.
So if you get ducks or chickens, you should have a farm, and you should make sure that when they're this cute and little and they poop very little, when they get bigger, they poop a lot. So you should make sure you have an outside area. Don't keep them in your kitchen. And we have so many that the boys are starting to hurt the girls because we have so many. Sweden is in the house.
Well, plus, people get the baby chicks and they think, they promise them they're always hens, and most of the time, they're not.
There's a lot that are roosters, and then, so you should have a game plan. If you have an area and you live in an area that if you have a rooster and the neighbors complain and you have to get rid of them and you're not allowed, don't get chickens, period. If you can't possibly take a rooster, then don't. I've had people that said, well, I have roosters and I'm allowed to have roosters, but I don't want 5 roosters. I was expecting all hens, and now I have 5 roosters and 20 chickens. Yeah. You know what I say? Build another pen, just like I do. We have, people walk around, they're like, what are all these pens for? We have all these little tiny, because they're for the roosters. We do let them out. We put the nice ones away. We have to rotate them. It is not the best life, but it's better than being a cockfighter, where they had the cockfights for the roosters, or death. Yeah. Death is the other thing. And then sometimes they torture them first with cockfighting, and then they get killed. So do you guys need to think about that, especially with Easter coming up? Also rabbits, bunnies. Everybody's like, oh, I want a Easter, we want pictures. And then I get inundated afterwards with rabbits as well.
And bunnies can have babies like every 5 minutes.
Bunnies can procreate very quickly, and they can have a lot. They're like kittens.
Yeah.
So if you have bunnies and they're not spayed and neutered, keep them separate if there's more than one, or get them spayed and neutered. If you need to have a place, call me.
Ohio is in the house.
Linda from Ohio.
Canada.
And Canada.
From Canada.
And what's her name, Sue-Ann? Joanne from Canada. Thanks for watching, guys. So for those, I'm sure a lot of you have been watching all morning, but we are Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. It is our 50th episode. It is 10:28 on Sunday. We are open. It is raining. We do have some visitors. Our guest appearance is Matt. Not Caesar. Caesar's always here. But Matt is usually our cameraman, and Tree, my friend, is helping out.
I'm the one that you pushed in the pool.
So I wish I could have taken credit for pushing him in the pool. We were walking out, for those who have not seen it, it was my favorite episode. I was walking into the house, and all of a sudden I heard, psh, he backed up when he was filming and dropped into the pool, and then that ended.
No, you went in to get a banana, and then you walked in front of me, so I stepped back, and then the pool ledge I thought was brooky, which it wasn't, and then you pushed me.
Can you believe this?
The rest
He
of
has to blame everybody else. Although he almost fell in the little tiny pond out front, and then you're walking into what he...
I almost dropped that egg this morning.
Yeah, I know. We don't usually let him touch anything.
Anything
So
breakable?
we're not sure how long we're going to let him be on for because, like I said, he's going to be like, oh, I'm going to have the Matt show now.
Matt at the Funny Farm show?
Yep.
Is that great?
Adele's like, I'm very bored with him already.
This will be the blooper show.
So I'm not going to belabor it, but just don't get ducks and chickens and bunnies if you're not a farm and can't.
And not the dump ducks and lakes.
Yes, you cannot dump ducks in lakes.
Yeah.
Tree knows
happens
a
if you
lot
dump 'em?
about. If you dump them in the lakes, predators will kill them, or they will die of starvation because they're used to being fed. They're not wild ducks.
Yeah,
They need to have. They can't just be dumped in lakes. They will need to be rescued, and then it's that much harder.
Apparently your mom's in the living room.
They want a Matt and Laurie show in the morning.
Look at the lights flickering,
Like
and look at
Morning
Brookie.
America.
So my mother's here apparently because the lights are flickering.
Yes.
Whenever that happens, and she helps out when I'm having a hard time. For those who don't know, my mom passed away. That's how I ended up with the Funny Farm. The story is we grew up in Washington Township, and my mom fled from a nightmarish marriage, and she had 3 kids, and we lived at a kids hangout house. We got robbed 6 times in 3 months. We wound up having, my mom worked at animal control and brought home a dog, a watchdog, so we wouldn't get robbed anymore. And hence the Funny Farm started. She started rescuing opossums, raccoons, skunks, squirrels, cats, dogs, a horse. One of my first pets was a horse who lived in the house. And they said they were going to euthanize him. And she said, if I can fix him up, can I keep him? They said yes, and she did. And we also had a pig in the house and goats in the house. So that's where the house thing started. And we only had 35 animals. And I always said, Mom, I'm going to buy your own farm when I get older. And in my late 20s, she was diagnosed with cancer and sadly passed away before I made settlement on this house. So I came here and I was kind of like, well, I really wasn't planning on being a farmer. I'm a graphic designer and photographer, but she is here. I buried her in my front yard. Her ash is not her body because that would be illegal.
And she's been flashing the lights at you ever
So
since.
the lights flash, and then when in the beginning, when I first got here, I cried for 2 months. I'll be quite honest. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew a little bit about animals just from being around them my whole life. I realized I knew more. There wasn't the internet back then. That's how long ago this was. So I was trying to figure things out. I was getting books in the library, but I went out to go let the horses out, and the light would go off, and I'm like, every time I had the electric company out there, and I'm like, Mom, turn them on, and then they would come back on. It was like she's chuckling at me. She was making sure I was okay. So it happens in my house now too, where the lights will flash and then they stop.
Tennessee is in the house, and they want to know if there'll be a book signing once the new book is done.
Yes.
Your book?
Wait, which one? We have 2 books out. We have the Yogi book, which we always do book signings
No,
for
it's
those.
coming out. It's not out yet. Seems like we have
He
two
keeps-
books out.
All right, neither one are out. They're coming out, okay? So the Yogi book, I know, is way past due. We've had a
Yeah.
lot. You would think with COVID we would be like less busy,
We were more
and
busy.
there wound up being, I don't know why, it like
It
kind of
was busy,
shifted. It was more to do
We're
differently.
outside, so.
It was definitely, we lost a lot of our volunteers. We're all volunteer run. If anybody wants to volunteer at the Funny Farm, Tuesdays and Sundays, you don't have to sign up. You can just show up, sign up in our general store when you get here. It's on a piece of paper, old-fashioned way. You do have to sign the waiver online, so you do have to do that digitally first before you come. And then there's jobs for everybody. We don't, if you don't want to.
She can hold Caesar.
Yep. So one of our volunteers, Kim Reynes, she comes and holds Caesar all day and plays with him. We have other people
Yep.
that
Scoop poop.
scoop poop and play with Cowboy.
Cowboy. Brush cowboy.
Yep.
Baby goat.
Yep.
Hold kittens.
You can hold kittens. We have kitten duty. We have some little kids. As long as if you're under 15, you have to come with a parent, but you can brush animals, and we don't go, okay, you have to scoop poop for 6 hours. We don't care if you're here for five minutes or 5 hours. It's really good. It shows your kids how to give back. You can make it a family
Yeah.
outing.
North Carolina's in the house. Anyone know if you have any adoptions?
North Carolina is in the
Adoption
house.
of cats.
So somebody wants to know if we have adoptions for cats. So we have had a waiting list for kittens. This is our first time ever that we haven't had a ton of kittens. We do have kittens, and we do have a wait list. They're only a couple weeks old, so we have to wait 5 more weeks before they can be adopted out. If you're interested, you can get on our list, and I'm sure we will, get a lot more. We probably adopt out kittens the most. As you know, we do adopt out dogs. We've adopted out quite a few dogs this year, but they just can't be here very long, or then, they're attached to everybody else, and then they have to stay. And my house isn't big enough for more than 10. I said my house wasn't big enough for, Tucker wants to come in. He's like, hello, it's raining. If some of you haven't seen, last week we had my friend Steve Anderson and family build us another mega esophagus chair. This is Tucker's chair. What are you doing, Matt?
I was.
He's like
giving
taking,
him some
come
space to
on.
through. You're a little impatient.
Oh my goodness. So
Tucker.
he backs into his chair. We'll show him. You want to pull that out? All right, Tucker. You want to show? Then we'll feed you after. Uh-oh, somebody else is coming in. Uh-oh, here's Scooby. He's like, hello,
Hi,
Scoob.
Scoob.
Come on in.
He follows Tucker.
Come on, Scoob.
He's like, where are
There you go.
Where's my food? Tucker.
This is,
come in.
he's like, I don't have mega esophagus, but I'm a German Shepherd. Do I get a chair?
Hey,
Happy
Tucker.
boy, do I
Good
get a chair?
Good boy.
So he'll back in and then sit up.
Good boy.
And then we make his food, and he actually eats out of this bowl now. We put another bowl on top of that so we can tilt it. And then, do you want to let the other guys in?
Okay.
They want to know if the German Shepherd is Scooby.
Scooby?
This one is Scooby. This little German Shepherd is Scooby. Let's see, everybody. This is Scooby, and he came from Brooklyn. So his mom and dad, what? He's like, I want to see what is going on. All right, go ahead. He's used to having free reign. So if they want to run outside, they run outside. They all play. If they want to come in, they come in. So they go in and out. When my big door is open, they just push the door and they go outside. So it's not like they, come on, you can go in.
Here, Jess.
It's not like they have to wait for me to come let them
Jess.
out. Jess, you want to get in? He's like, you don't have food.
Everyone's saying what a beautiful chair that is.
Isn't that a gorgeous chair?
Good
So
job.
Steve and family, we were very appreciative because eventually he is going to outgrow his car seat.
Aw.
So you can see this is how the mega esophagus dogs eat. And after they're done eating, they have to have blended food like a doggy milkshake, and then the food has to go down into their stomach by gravity. And then after it's down, they have to sit up for 10 minutes so the food will stay down.
So you sit on that stool and you
I
feed
do.
both of them at the same time.
I feed both at the same time. You know, we aren't really prepared for our 50th, or we would have had some food ready.
I can make it. It
And
takes 1 second.
but just show them the blender. So I just hold the bowls for both.
Should I show them how the food goes in the
Okay,
blender?
you can show.
Okay.
Scooby wants to see what's going on.
Yeah, close up of the Dell.
Yes, do it closer to the bed. She's like, hello. Isn't she pretty? She says, I feel pretty.
That's the same song you sing every day.
Matt, I think that's your song.
Okay.
Does Matt sit in that seat?
I do. It's my timeout seat. So basically, I'm in there all the time.
He says, does my butt look big in these jeans?
Nice.
Sorry. Puppy, they've been running around all morning. So this is Scooby's other favorite best friend, the one who tried to bite me. He's funny. If he was in a situation years ago, not years ago, last year, where he was thrown out of his house and he was running around the streets, a neighbor picked him up. She took him in and she said, you have to come get him. I can't have him. Her partner was allergic. So we had to pick him up right away. But I think he's a little food aggressive at times. Like if we get a donation, he'll sit on top of the box of donations and not let anybody pick it up, including me. If I go to pick it up, like he wanted me to not touch whatever that was. I forget, that was a toy. And he tries to bite me. He doesn't bite hard, but you don't know what some of these animals have been through. So if you are adopting an animal, know that you have to maybe work through some issues. Each one of them have something different. And even if it's not an issue, it's just in their personalities. They have different personalities. Some of them mesh really well, some of them don't. Brookie gets tired of the boys. She's my only girl, female dog. Do you want to show that?
Do you know what the blender is?
The blender? Oh, it's in my room.
Oh, all right. I'll be right back. You can show this can.
In the very corner. Cupid is doing great with his mom. They are acclimated to their other two goats, Lexi and Stella. So they go out there every single day. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if the volunteers brought them out today or not. So we will be going out there after. We don't want to get you guys all wet on the camera, but I'm going to be going out. I'm trimming goat hoofs today. With each of these animals, whether it's a bunny or a chicken or a dog, a cat, a cow, they all need different care. So again, if you think you're going to get off easy, I'm going to get that animal. It's not a lot of work. They're all a lot of work. So be responsible. Do your research. Don't get a German Shepherd if you live in an apartment. And, I'm surprised that they were, the people that had it were even allowed to. If we are adopting animals out, we always make sure we call the landlord. If they do rent, if they're going to take a kitty cat, the landlord has to say yes. If not, but I don't like to usually have them adopted out to renters, but I was a renter for 28 years. My mom was, so.
Yeah, but you were renters that stayed there forever.
Yes,
most
right.
renters don't.
And there's a lot of renters that are good and they go to a place where they can accept animals. But say your lease is up and then you have nowhere to go. And they say you can't bring your animal. What do? They call us or other rescues. I can't take my cat. Maybe I can't take my animal. Do you know how often I hear that? And it infuriates me. I said, well, if you were going to a 55 and over community and you have a kid, what are you going to go, oh, I'm going to a 55 and over community and I can't take my kid. Can you take him?
Well, people do that.
They do that?
They drop them off at
Is that what happened to you?
Uh-huh. That was exactly. I'm going to turn this on.
You need to make a time to volunteer or come to the farm.
Tuesdays and Sundays, no time. You can show up anytime between 8 and 4. Sometimes if you get a lot of hours under your belt,
You can still talk.
we can have you come in on another day, but you can't just come the first day like on a Thursday. You would have to talk to us. We have insurance requirements, so that's why we're doing Tuesdays and Sundays right now. So Matt is mixing the food. This really wasn't on our plan to show, but since we're in here.
And they all want to eat.
And they all want to eat, it's about time. They have to eat about every 3 hours.
And it's raining out.
Yes, it is raining, so I'm going to sit a little bit different so people can
I'm
see.
going to do something that you don't do.
What's that?
I'm going to take the blades out.
Matt. So we happen to use Pedigree Puppy. You can use different things. We have a friend that's coming over today. My friend Harry that I work with at the tech center, his dog that they adopted found out that he or she has megaesophagus. So they're going to bring their dog over. It's a smaller dog. I think it's a poodle mix. And we're going to show them how that they eat in these chairs. So you saw Tucker get in by himself. Jesse jumps in his car seat. You can see he's a little guy.
That holder is pretty nice for that food.
Excuse me?
The holder.
The holder is great. I used to have to hold both of them before, and it was a lot harder for me. But now I can, if he gets food or if he's not sitting up straight, it allows me to go back and forth. We usually tilt the bowl inside of this bowl so he can get it, and then I move it around so he can lick the edges of it. And so they split. It's going to be 2 cans of food, so they essentially get 1 can each of food. And he is a sloppy eater, so I have to wipe him down when I'm done. You know, like babies. I guess like babies. We do have a bib, and somebody got me a snood, which goes around his ears. However, that's down in the laundry. I didn't know we were going to do this, but we a lot of times will put his ears. It looks like a babushka on his head, and it will keep his ears out of the. So we had Amazon. Tree just said that there was a question: what type of donations do we need? We always need wet cat food. We have over 200 cats here, so they get wet and dry. We are set for dry. We had 21 cats dumped off a couple months ago, and people were so generous and brought me all sorts of dry cat food. So we're set for dry. Wet cat food almost of any brand we will use. So if you want to bring something and you don't know what to bring, cat food is always a safe bet. Anything chicken too. We like chicken crumbles, chicken scratch. It has the little pieces of corn in there. They call it Laina crumbles. You can show that one. Matt, why don't you go grab
crumbles?
that? Can you show that so Tree can see?
Sure.
They come in really big bags, but they come in hand manageable bags too. Show them that.
Like this one?
Yeah, that Laina. Show that one.
Any kind of chicken crumbles is good.
Chicken
right?
crumbles, and then there's scratch. I don't know if we have a scratch
We have
there.
the ultimate scratch here.
Oh yeah,
any
ultimate
kind of
scratch,
scratch.
and then show them the food. Like open that up. It looks like it has like a little bit of
Like little
corn
grains,
and
corn.
the chickens, different
Sunflower
ones.
seeds.
So we have starter grower, which is meaning the baby chicks, if we have any of them, which we will get. They have to have certain nutrients as baby, just like little babies do, I'm sure.
This
And-
one's for Jesse. Tucker's good.
Oh, you give him a little bit more. I already filled up twice.
I'll hold this. Too.
So afterwards, he'll lick the lid and he'll lick the pitcher. It keeps them up longer. Some people say we have a hard time.
What's
the matter? Some
That's
people
all.
here, put that up there for me, please. Some people say, well, how can you keep your dog up there? Tucker knows. Even if I don't let him lick the bowl, he'll stay in there. He knows. And when it gets to be 10 minutes, I don't know how, but he knows. He's like, it's 10 minutes, Mom. Let me out. And he's ready. This one, if the others are eating, he wants to eat their food.
Debbie wants to know, can you put hard food, mix it with water, and blend it to use for Tucker and Jesse?
You probably could. However, anytime I used other food, like I said, other food works for a lot of other people. We've tried a lot of different combinations. And the wet food blend it with 1 can of water to 1 food works the best for me. We have some people, we belong to a mega esophagus group, and some of them make little meatballs. Some dogs don't have it as severely. When we had Chuck, the mega esophagus dog, that's the one that there's a book that Matt wrote about him, and we have a movie about him. He had the worst case of mega esophagus that University of Penn had ever seen. He lived to be 5 years with it, and they gave him about 6 months to live from the beginning, from birth. They said even with a Bailey chair, he's not going to make it. So he really was called the miracle dog because he had beaten the odds. He also had his esophagus was so big that at one point his stomach went into the esophagus, and it usually gets strangled.
Just by playing, right?
And they were playing. And you know how some dogs can twist, like Great Danes can twist their stomachs? It was almost like that, but it went in. And they said because the esophagus was so big, they were able to pull it out, tack it back in place, and he was good. But they said it was like a 5% chance of making it, and he made it for another 2 years. So Tucker is about a little over 2.5 now, and Jesse is a little over about 4 months now.
Yeah, 4 months.
So he is going to be much bigger. He is a black lab and blue tick hound. I never heard of a blue tick hound. I don't know breed. I always say my breed is rescue. But he has whipping long ears, you can see. They're the ones, he always has food on his face and all over his body. You can see he's very relaxed. Scooby does not have to eat up in the chair. He eats regular. So he's not sure. He's like, hey, how come
But he's
they're
hungry,
getting fed?
so maybe I'll feed
He
him.
he is hungry, and he eats almost whenever he wants because he's a puppy. The vet says,
Thank you for all you do.
Karen, thank you, Karen. The vet says back to Scooby that he has to eat whenever he's hungry pretty much because he's putting on 1 pound a week. And he's going to be a big boy. And we believe Jesse will be too. Right, Tucker? Yeah. See this little face? Tree's getting good with up. And if he does eat, so yesterday we were in the car, we were picking up some donations, and he got into one of my friend's bag of food. And let me tell you, can you get him a little bit of milk, please?
Yeah.
Goat milk? He threw up his weight in whatever food he ate. She had some French fries and different things, and it just came up whole. Like he doesn't even.
If Scooby is up for adoption, and does he have mega?
Scooby does not have mega esophagus, and he is not up for adoption. We have about 50 people that want him. However, that was one of the conditions that he came here. He came from Brooklyn. So the people that owned him, we're going to take him to the shelter up there so they would find him a home instantly. But it was going to be probably much of the same, right? Being up in Brooklyn, it's not like somebody from upstate. I mean, it could happen. That's really what should happen. But, you're in that area of that place. So normally he would end up again in like an apartment when he really needs a farm and a very
they
large.
wanted him to be on a farm.
Yeah.
Lindsay wanted to know, what are some of the warning signs if a puppy has mega?
If he regurgitates his food, so if they throw up, you think it's throw up, but it's really what? It's not 10 minutes.
They throw up like all the time.
If they throw up all the time, after they eat, if they throw up, even if they're nursing from their mom, if they throw up, that's how Jesse was. So he even throw up a little bit.
He wasn't getting any food, so he
was
all ribs.
starving. When he came here, he looked like he, was from Ethiopia. You could see all his.
So he's still.
All of his ribs and his bones on his hips. So he eats probably a little bit more than Tucker right now because he's growing. Tucker is pretty filled out. The vets are very happy with how he looks, where Chucky, my original dog, he always looked a little skinny and was always a little sickly looking. Tucker, if you see him, they're like normal dogs, except they have to eat differently.
So you want to know if Brookie got a haircut?
Brookie did not get a haircut. She actually rolled in poopy right here. You can see. She's like, that's like my perfume, Mom. I always say that she's my worst dog, but she is the sweetest dog. Right, Tucker? She's my sweetest.
She wants girl time.
She just wants to be pet the whole time. So if you want a very calm dog to pet, come visit her. But don't get a golden. They, too, need a load of area to run. The woman who had her was a nurse, much like Tree. She's an RN.
Yay, Tree.
Yay,
We
Tree.
should show Tree.
We could show Tree.
Oh.
Well, at the end, we'll show Tree, so you
Okay.
can can get it.
I'll do that.
Because you're going to have to get back to your job soon, so don't be getting used to being like...
Well, I
those
thought I
habits.
was already
Available every
replaced.
Sunday.
You can do it every Sunday.
So, Tree, zip it. So Tree, not Tree, the Goldens, they have so much energy. So this nurse had her, and she would be working, 12, I don't know what your shifts are, like 12 hours? Yeah, about 12 hours. She would come home, and all she wanted to do was play. That nurse had to eat, do her laundry, go to bed, try and get some sleep, and all she wanted to do was play with her. And she would love this dog, but she didn't really do her homework and realized the Goldens have a lot of energy, and they need to run and get it out. Even with 20 acres of her to run around, she still drives me crazy. She steals all my socks and my shoes. So when volunteers come in, my one volunteer gig comes in, washes eggs. She takes off her shoes at the door. She goes to leave. The shoe's gone. Then it's like an Easter egg hunt for a shoe. Right?
Apparently
She says,
you
Mom,
don't.
stop saying that. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, apparently Tucker thinks that you forgot you have two arms.
Tucker,
He's like, you can pet me.
I'm
and her.
sorry. So I used to hold Tucker, but now, all right, you got Jesse for a minute.
All right.
All right, Brookie, you have to back up for a minute.
Come here, little guy.
So this is a really cool invention that Steve made. We had a little clasp on our other one, but this one has a big, gigantic hook. Uh-oh, that's not time to get out. Up, up, up. We'll sit right here like this. So sit down.
Let me move back a little.
Then he knows. So he would sit on Mommy's lap. I would actually usually be facing the other way. But he realizes that he has to sit up or he gets sick. A lot of people say, do they eat food if they see it? Most of the time, Tucker does not, because he knows that if he eats that other hard food, he's going to not feel well. Jesse doesn't care. He sees food. If it's chicken food, we have to be careful with the chicken tray for him not to eat it. He's slowly getting it, but he throws up, he regurgitates all the time.
We're going to have to get another chair.
We have any other questions? It is 10:52. What else was on our list? I don't know if I missed anything. We said hello to Pam from Nebraska. We said that.
Holy. Are you okay, Adele?
What happened?
She's like, I almost got killed.
All right. So all of you watching know now that
They pushed me. They saw that happen.
that it's Matt. He is klutzy as anything. So hence
At
falling.
least you're
in-
okay, aren't you?
Oh, is he okay?
Here to help.
Okay, you okay, Matt?
No, at least you're. Oh, thank you. All right. Thanks for the kiss on the nose, Jesse.
I'm one of those people. I'm really bad. That's one of my bad habits. That if somebody falls, I almost pee my pants first, and then I ask them if they're okay because I don't care.
Almost do it. You do it.
My eyes are watering now.
Thank God there's no pools in the kitchen.
Well, probably a lot of people have more questions for me. Do you want to go back to that?
Can we shut his mic off? Do we know how to do that?
I don't think I taught her that one. Oh no. Has it been 10 minutes for him?
No, it hasn't been 10
Usually I would
minutes.
sit on the couch.
Actually, did we even look at what time?
No, I don't know.
Does anybody know when we started that?
Somebody did. Probably
It
not
was.
Sue.
It wasn't. Probably Aunt Sue would
She
know.
kept
Yeah.
track of the time.
So I went back to saying we said hello to Pam.
Here, let's
We
put
said
this
hello to Linda. She is a volunteer from Washington State. She's the one who
that's
sent me the chocolate Easter
Good
box. She actually put and Matt on the side, but we're not talking about that. No, he gets his own stuff. He doesn't. That's.
I did get a
that
nice
was from-
package with socks. And,
Yes, somebody
and I-
sent him socks.
That was nice. I didn't. That was in my mouth. You taste like.
Everybody, you're okay. 'Cause they're out.
Matt, please
Thank
tell everybody
you.
you're okay.
I'm okay. I have a wet ear, but I'm okay. Jesse gives.
He gets a wet willy.
Is Adele okay?
Adele
She's
flew.
okay.
She's fine. She's back here looking for food. You can see her.
Yeah, she's a little bit put out though.
So she's
'cause
yeah, like she was really worried about Matt.
I know she got to
It's 10
fly.
minutes.
It's been 10 minutes. Okay, Tucker, you want to come out now?
All right, mommy
All
said
right.
it's been 10 minutes.
All right, and then turn around. You can go look at Mr.
There you go.
Scooby is in there sleeping in the living room. He's like, until his brother goes, wakes him up. You got it, Tree? You good? Look, she's doing good with the camera. All right, and to recap, this is the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. Excuse you, wiping your behind on my carpet.
Here, I'll Tucker.
I didn't get that.
Oh, good.
Did you get Tucker? I mean, Scooby.
So this is Scooby. He loves his brothers and sisters. Not all of the dogs, you know, they don't all get along like best friends. We have one dog, Rocky, which I don't know where is Rocky in my room. Do we know?
He's outside.
Rocky is outside. So Rocky, you don't see Rocky very often. He is a little bit of a biter and he has anxiety. So I don't believe in meds very often for animals, but he is on Prozac and he was chewing his leg. And he still is, but it's much, much better. He doesn't particularly care for the puppies. They're too high energy for him. So when they get near him, he gets afraid. No, you can't eat that food. See what I mean?
Even
So
after he eats,
this
he
is a
wants to eat.
slow eating bowl for Brooklyn. See how it looks like a maze? For those who have very fast eaters and you want to slow them down, it takes them time to get all that food out. How come this is out? Matt, behind the, oh my gosh, that whole thing went over. Oh, jeez. This is why you need to be on that side so nothing happens.
I don't break things. What are you talking about?
Why is there food in this bowl?
Well, that was for Scooby, but then Jesse got out.
Okay.
Jesse's always hungry. He eats right after he eats. He wants more food.
Can you put that
Yeah.
somewhere? Please, thank
How
you.
many adults sleep in your room? Tammy wants to know.
So it depends on the day, but usually 6 to 7 dogs sleep in my room. Yes, the puppies are in bed with me along with some of the other littles. But then they think it's playtime. I'm like, you guys, it's bedtime. They're like, you know how they play. Is Tucker in your way for looking at Scooby? Come here, Tucker. He's like, everybody's looking at the new puppy, and that's a German Shepherd just like me.
Okay, here comes Buddy. Here comes
Oh,
Buddy.
here goes Buddy coming out.
Stop. Whoa, wait.
Come here, puppies. Come here, bud. So you can see. Come here, let him go, you guys. Let him walk. Look, he's like, don't go that way. Go this way. Brooke, come here. So you can see his
He's putting weight on it.
putting weight on his foot. the vet, come around this way. Maybe
He's gonna
Tree
wanna
can
go
come around.
outside. Let
Okay,
him out?
Tree can.
Can
Yeah,
see
you
his
can let him
dog?
out. Tree, follow him. So you can see the vet says he should get exercise on his leg. However, except Matt has to.
Apparently,
He's like, hello.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, but Tom, Matt.
He broke his other leg.
All right, everybody wants to go out. Is it raining? We'll go outside for a minute. You want to go outside for a minute, Tree? Let's just walk out. But, buddy, come on, bud. Come on.
It stopped.
Let's go down. Okay, here's Nemo. Uh-oh, here comes Nemo. All right, we don't need to go outside. So Nemo, we have to always watch. He has tape on his horns. He's the one who lives in the bottom of the bird cage. They get along fine. They don't bite each other. However, she does poop on him sometimes. He does try and eat everything in this house. So we usually just leave him in the kitchen because he will jump up and he eats all my little figurines and then the dogs get it from him. So he's naughty, and he helps himself to food whenever he feels like it. And then there's Darth Vader in Tucker's chair. Can you get over to there? Tree's very good.
Really good.
I think we might have found a replacement for Matt. I'm teasing.
Everybody wants
Of
to
course
see
you're
him in
not.
front of the camera.
Do you want to see who?
Everybody wants to see that.
All right, show Matt. Oh gosh.
You too,
Let me no that they see me all the time.
Yeah, they do.
I'm gonna get both of you.
So wait, we'll go and see Nikki.
Okay.
Nikki, maybe I'll see if she wants to come out. I'm going to put my good coat on though.
Why don't you just put your arm out?
No, you put your arm out, Matt. Try that. Try and put your arm out,
Yeah,
Matt.
I don't want to do that after you.
Come on, girlfriend, you want to come up? Oh,
she wants to go.
yay! I want to be up. Woo-hoo. I want to be up for the big. Excuse you, you just took a poop and I don't have your thing down yet. Uh-oh, Matt, put my hood up. Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh.
Don't let her get on my hat. Oh, shoot. Remember this last time? Nikki!
She bit her ear last time.
No, she didn't. She bit my shoulder last time. So where is she? Where is she now? Is she trying to bite my ear?
She is. Her feathers are up all the way.
All right, put my hood up.
Here's a hat. Bite that.
No, don't.
What do you want to bite?
Oh my gosh. Nikki!
She wants to bite something.
Well, give her that right there, Matt, that food. Oh my goodness. Give her one of those. She likes them.
Here.
So if you have a bird, she is a Moroccan cockatoo. They live to be 80 or 90 years old. Don't get a bird unless you will it to somebody that you don't like. I'm kidding.
It's an apricot.
You have to will it to somebody. And they, their work, they have to get their wings trimmed, clipped, unless you want them to fly around. What's the matter?
Turn around so they can see her eating.
Okay.
She's eating
Their
an
wings
apricot.
clipped, their nails clipped. So their beak has to be shaved down, like filed down. And they do have toys that can help with that, but she really
You can
needs.
turn around now if you want.
Why?
They were
She's
just looking at her eating the
okay.
apricot.
You can see her.
That's why she has orange feathers.
Why? Because she eats apricots? Apricots? We say apricots in New Jersey, not apricots.
Flamingos are pink because they eat
Janice
shrimp.
wants to know, is Matt getting willed Nikki?
Am I getting what?
I guess they want to know, is Nikki going to get willed to Matt?
Who?
Absolutely.
Why do they think I'm going to live longer than Laurie? I'll probably be dead like next week.
I always have people say, Laurie, when do you sleep? And I said, I'll sleep when I'm dead. It won't be long now. I'm really tired. So I lost my mom at 52, and I am 52. So I thought, I always said this birthday was a big one, so I could make it to 52. So
I think whoever said that, it was probably Debbie Carr. We could will it to that person. Don't you think that would be good?
Right, Nick? There we go. Pretty girl. Hi, you gonna say hello? Hi, pretty girl. What? You being good? She does make. What, pretty girl? What? What are you saying? She says hello. I think she gets camera shy. A lot of my volunteers love her, and she's usually really sweet, but she can be pretty naughty. Is the goat in there raising?
On the table.
Okay, let's go
that's probably
see.
not
Let me see if I can put her down without her biting my ear off. Let's see if I can put her.
good. Oh, that's probably not good. Come here, little boy.
Hey, Matt, what do you think about putting her down on this, do you think?
Okay. Oh, don't bite my neck.
Take my neck.
My shoulder. Don't bite my neck.
Nick, I mean, not my hat, Nick. Nikki, not my hat.
There you go. There you go.
Is she going on my other side? Oh,
Here, I'll help you.
Matt, you got to get the other side of my coat up quick. Hurry up.
They want to know if Nikki mimics the other animal.
Oh, yeah, she.
She mostly mimics Laurie.
And then.
How old is Matt?
At 40.
No, you are not, you liar.
I am too. Come here, go in here. Just bend down and we'll put her on the chair. Keep bending. Right there. Now go over to the chair. There you go. Perfect. You're off. Here, put this on.
I'm afraid.
Come on, where's the hat?
Ow, Matt!
Well, how do you...
And now smackdown.
So not nice.
What?
No, I'm 48.
No, you're not. He's 60.
I am not even close to that.
He's 50.
52.
You're not 52. I'm 52. Watch.
Ask my mom.
She's
She
going.
knows.
You're 54. Matt is 54. He always lies that he doesn't even know
I don't even
how
know what
old he
you're
is
saying.
because.
Stop saying that. It's not true.
So if you have a bird, like I said, make sure you put it in your will. We get a lot of calls. We got a call from Nikki. She can be really sweet. I am her person.
But what you can't do is put your bird out on the porch if you don't want it, because that just
Did you see
happened.
on the news? What was that?
Yeah.
New York City or something? There was a big gigantic parrot that flew.
No,
and-
that wasn't the same story. Somebody put a parrot they didn't want out on the porch because they thought it was going to fly away, but it didn't. And then they called someone to come rescue it because they thought the parrot could survive out in the wild.
They can't. Yeah, they
yeah.
can't survive. They're used to being.
know if this is going to be the Matt and Laurie show.
No,
Well,
no,
it.
because I quit otherwise.
No, she would kill me. No, so she does mimic Laurie though. So if Laurie, whatever mood Laurie's in, she will.
Matt looks 34.
Thank you. Who is?
CJ said you two crack me up.
Oh
She is-
my
that is
gosh.
nice
You guys,
lady.
stop.
She's a
I'm
nice
not
lady.
kidding. Oh my gosh, his head's going to be so
She's
big.
my favorite follower. She's a nice lady. So
Can you hear her?
yeah,
She does bark like a chicken.
and she mimics you. So start
Bark
yelling.
like a chicken. She barks like a dog and clucks like a chicken.
Yell
Right?
at me, and we'll show what she does.
She doesn't always do it, Matt.
Yes,
I don't know
she
what
goes-
you're talking about. I don't know what this is about, but right? She doesn't. She starts to go. Tell everybody a secret. What's the secret? Tell him a secret. Tell him a secret. What are you saying? What are you saying? Tell him a secret. What are you talking about? What are you... Was that funny? Was that funny? Yell at him. Just say, Matt, get off of me.
She does growl like a tiger. It's not even cold in here, Nikki. Oh, what's the temperature? It's like 70 out?
It is
60.
55 out, Matt. Nice try.
55.
So, okay, I think we're going on and on.
All right, all right.
Tree's arm's tired.
It was...
So it's 11:05. If you just tuned in, you're watching Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. We are open today, although it was raining. It's not right now. We have a little lull.
Yep.
I see very little drizzles, so you can still come if it starts raining hard. You take cover for the barn or the kitty cottage.
But it's muddy, so wear boots.
Don't wear your best shoes. I say don't wear your best shoes anytime, Matt, not just when it's muddy.
How come you say that and then you wear your best shoes?
I don't. I change my best shoes.
Those are the nicest boots.
These
They're
are
not
nice
even mud
boots,
on
but
them.
I do have to change before I go out. Uh-oh, Jesse wants to come in. He scratches at the door. Hello,
Yeah,
I would like
Jesse's
to come
really
in.
good about knocking.
Yeah, he knocks when he wants to come in. He's like,
But he's
okay,
not
I'm
good
here.
about knocking to go out.
So he is a puppy and he is not completely potty trained, unlike Scooby, who
They're all
is potty
different.
trained, and he's a week younger than
Yeah, they're
Jesse.
all different. So you have to say
No.
hi to Vicky.
Vicky. Is Vicky watching? I think Vicky's working. Vicky.
Ah,
Oh,
Vicky is
hi,
watching.
Vicky.
And Gracie.
And Gracie,
Yeah.
yep. So Vicky's my vice president of the Funny Farm, and she won that cool award, which hopefully we'll get by next week.
Well,
We'll-
yep, and
she'll have to
then-
make a guest appearance. She's gonna have to take off from work, I think,
Yes.
to do that. So, Jesse, you can't. This is not a help yourself bar.
Kristen says nice to see Matt in front of the camera.
Thank you.
All right. So take it all
Wait,
in,
wait, wait,
everybody.
wait. Let's just go a couple more minutes.
Take-
Is there
take
some-
it.
They are open on Easter Sunday.
We are open on
10 to 2.
Easter Sunday. So I started saying we're open Tuesdays and Sundays without fail. Even on Easter, we just are going to close a little early so the volunteers can get home to their
10 to 2.
families. 10 to 2 on Easter
Yeah,
next
that's next
weekend.
week, right?
Yes, next Sunday.
Are we gonna have an episode, Easter episode?
Yes.
Episode
Is it a
51?
Sunday?
Episode 51.
Tell him. Say yes, Matt. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. We'll do
Duh.
episode
Say
51.
duh. Of course we will.
There's Scooby, he wants to
So
come
we've
in
been
too.
doing this almost. Scooby's sound asleep on my front
On the
mat.
door.
We've been doing this almost a year. We started this during COVID, and we were going to stop when we opened up in June, and people were like,
Don't
well,
stop.
hello, we're from Sweden or we're
Yeah,
from
they can't
Alaska. We can't see it unless, and we usually do a virtual tour where we walk around so you can kind of get a feel of what it looks like and what the animals are, you know, who we have here. They're like superstars, and most of them are rescued from abused, unwanted, neglected. Some have disabilities. Some were loved and just couldn't, you know, they lost their job or they just had a bad financial situation. So, you know, the people in Brooklyn that wound up surrendering their puppy, they thought more about their puppy than they did themselves because they knew that he needed more room to run around, right?
He's got 25 acres now.
Yep, so
and 600 rescue animals to play with.
So he's learning all the other animals. Some of them he's afraid of, like the big gigantic cow who's 2,500 pounds. Cow, bull, steer. Yogi and T-Bone. All right, don't.
She could bite you on the nose.
Wow!
Did
Did you see her? She's like, "What's that? You're usually up higher." Look at her. She's like,
Hey, don't be looking at me. I'm not saving you.
"You can't jump up there. She might bite your nose
She's
off.
gonna
We don't
jump on
know."
you. She wants to get on you.
What's the matter? That's okay.
You can just
You're
let her
okay.
get up on your arm.
You put your arm out, Matt.
I have
Put
no-
her on your head. Why don't you put her on your head? All right, so let's get back.
She's so not nice.
Okay,
is she?
growl at her. Matt growls at her. Go ahead.
Yeah. Grrr.
She's like, "I'm not afraid of you."
Grrr.
Bite his nose. Wouldn't that be funny? That would be a good ending.
It would not be funny.
It wouldn't be funny. I'm sorry, Matt.
It
I
would
was
not be
kidding.
funny.
All right, do it again.
Okay, so that was a great idea. I already forgot about the danger.
This is my peanut gallery, right, pretty girl? Oh.
Gwen says, would totally miss you guys if you stopped.
All right. Well, we're trying not
nice.
to stop. So we're open Tuesdays and Sundays, 8 to 4, regardless of weather and regardless of holiday. Holidays we just close usually at 2, just a little bit early, so our volunteers can get back to what they need to do in their daily lives.
Don't bite me. I saw that. You were going to do it. Plus, we have to get Norris or Nick back here so he can drive the tractor.
Yes.
He's never driven a tractor before. We couldn't get it started. So now we have it running. We're going to have to invite him back for a tractor ride.
That sounds good. So Matt Reeves is our normal cameraman, social media guy, and author of our 3 books is joining us today, or has joined us today because you're done after today. This is it. So if you want to see him, you're going to have to replay episode 50.
This is not nice. Your mom is not nice. You know that? That's not good. She's not nice.
I want him to go.
I know. Everybody thinks that she's so nice, but she isn't.
We are open on Easter. Again, we close at 2. Oh, Matt, you're being awfully brave.
She likes me. I'll pet her.
I should guest host every episode of
Where are you going?
60th episode.
You want to go outside? Okay,
The 60th.
the 60th. We can. All
Did you
right,
hear
we
that,
can.
Laurie? She
Come on.
said I should be in every episode until 60.
No, they didn't say that.
That's exactly what she said.
She said every milestone. I heard it. Oh, gosh.
61's a milestone. 51.
So we rescue abuse.
Going. Matt's not going anywhere.
No, I'm not.
He's going back to New York. He has to go see his mom.
I go
and
see my
his
mom.
son.
So I might be, actually, that's why Teresa's training today. So she'll be able to do a couple videos if I'm missing, right?
Woo-hoo. Oh, yeah. No,
She didn't know that
So
until now,
sad. Yeah, right.
She has every Sunday off. She's also the one who wins all the trivia
But she had, yeah, Tree does, yeah.
because she goes home and watches all the videos 10 times.
And now, yeah. Well, Matt, you would think if Matt was answering the questions, he helps write the questions, and
I always
still
forget
doesn't
the
win.
answer. I do forget the answers. Yeah.
turn around. Say goodbye now.
She's like,
We're going to say goodbye. Come on. Turn around.
Talk to the
Come
butt.
on, turn around.
Talk to the tail feathers, Laurie.
No, you're not getting on my hand. All
Why don't you
right,
just
one more
turn the
time.
stool around.
No, she wants to get on one more time, but I'm gonna do this
Are
differently.
you cold?
Taking off.
Whoa! Look
Wow!
at
Now
She
we're
took
ready
off her
for you.
hat.
How about that? Let's go now. Come on, pretty girl. So it's just called being a little prepared. When you pick up your bird, Matt! Like, did you see that? I'm gonna. You know what? Let's go bite him.
No, I'm the nice one. Don't growl at me.
Rah!
She likes the ride.
Woo!
Is it fun?
Oh,
Hold
not on my hand.
Hold on tight.
All right,
Go
girl.
in a circle. Like spin around like you do with.
What, like
puppies.
this? Whee!
Faster than that.
No, I'm not gonna do faster, Matt.
She liked it.
Whee!
I
All
would
right,
say-
we're just going on. Tree's like, it's done. We're
Okay,
past
let's
our
go
time.
down like an elevator and see what she does. Like quicker. Yeah, look at it. She
No,
likes
she's gonna
it.
hold on.
No, she likes it.
All right, you want to come up here?
No, you got to put her back in the house.
Oh no, she's not. No, I'm not putting her back in the house. You know what happens then?
No.
She really does bite me then. Anyway, can I?
Alrighty.
All right.
We can say goodbye. It was nice to meet everyone. Thank you for joining us. What? Like it's my show. I could say thank you.
So thanks you guys for watching, and we hope to see you next Sunday. We are the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary, located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. We're an hour from Philly, half an hour from Atlantic City.
Good.
Tell us where you're from, even if
Even
you're
if you
just
wear a
tuning
hood.
in. Is she getting up?
She's gonna go on your head.
All right, you can get on my head. Just don't lean over.
Okay,
You want to
bend
go
over a little
bite?
bit so she can get up on your head.
No.
She's trying to get up there.
No, she doesn't need to get up there.
Just bend over.
Hi, Nick. Hello. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, pretty girl.
Oh wow.
We are open Tuesdays and Sundays through the whole year. A lot of sanctuaries do close, but we are open the entire winter, although it just passed. So happy spring and happy Easter to everybody. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Love ya.
And maybe after this is over, we can start up the hay rides again.
Say goodbye, Matt.
Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tree.
Teresa.
Oh, we were going to show Tree.
Oh, we forgot to. I can still do it. You just hit.
All right,
stop or
so go
finish.
help her now.